Hello everyone, Shane from Brandon, Manitoba, the most disgruntled Habs fan there is. Well, maybe I'm not the most disgruntled. Social media Habs fans right now are surprised that that the fans in Montreal are not booing them off the ice. This is a fan base who back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and the new millennium has booed future Hall of Famers and Hall of Famers of the past. Jacques Plante, Ken Dryden, Patrick Roy, and the great Carey Price. This is the same fan base. Well, actually, no, they're not the same. Those fans who booed these great goaltenders off the ice are in their 70s and 80s now. So maybe this newer generation, the 21st century fan, completely understands how a rebuild goes within an organization. And this is what we're seeing right now is a complete and utterly chaotic rebuild that I've never seen before in my life. I'm 51 years old and I've never seen a rebuild like this, especially one where you're missing like 13 roster players. Did I say like? Oh, I don't like using mannerisms. Don't do that during your presentations. Stop spitting on yourself too. Never spit on your people that are in front of you who are listening to every word that you're saying. Oh, no, anyway. Where was I? Yeah, so, boy, I applaud these new fans. Would you stop spitting on everybody? Jumping Jehovah. Can you imagine having a conversation? Squirrel. Okay, back to where was I? I applaud these fans. I really, really do. Because right now we're seeing the worst of the Montreal Canadiens. And it's not surprising to me. You've heard my last 11 episodes or 10 episodes, whatever it's been, whatever you want to call it, skits. I'm up here yakking away. You've heard me talk. The Montreal Canadiens are in a rebuild, so they're going to suck. And this is what we're seeing right now. And what goes along with a rebuild when there's a generational talent involved? You've seen it before when Connor McDavid was up for grabs and Austin Matthews. Teams are throwing away everybody. You've got an injury, upper body, lower body, piano lessons, everybody's gone. Right now, tonight, the Montreal Canadiens are going into Toronto, a team who they've embarrassed decade after decade after decade after, I don't know how many decades, probably at least 10 decades they've embarrassed this club. Maybe tonight, with 13 roster players out of the Montreal lineup, maybe tonight the Toronto Maple Leafs will get a win for their fans. The Toronto Maple Leafs deserve to win tonight, do they not? Come on, you guys pulled off the trade of the century last night. I went to bed. Lori and I are watching, what was it? Oh, what's that? Brokeback Mountain? Oh, I love that movie. Anyway, we were watching that, and what a movie. Anyway, squirrel. And while that was going on, I refuse to go on my telephone here, the box with the buttons and the microphone, and you get to speak the talk. I didn't go on it once, so I had no idea that the O'Reilly was traded to the Maple Leafs. I can't believe no one called me up from Ontario and PEI, New Brunswick. I can't believe my buddies didn't call me. Hey, you see what happened there going on in Toronto? We're going to kick your ass tonight, bye. Yeah, no fucking doubt about it. And he's going to play tonight. O'Reilly's going to play. But you know what? What did I say last week, Squirrel? What did I say last week? I said the Toronto Maple Leafs need to be grittier, but that's not a surprise. That's only a surprise to their own fan base. The rest of us knew they had to get grittier. More size, more oomph, more leadership. Your leadership can't be all fancy-dancy walking in with your man purse. Purse? Man. Oh, Merce! Yeah, that's not a leader. O'Reilly's a leader. This guy's he's got it all. He's got the look, he's got the touch, he's got the voice, and he's got the pedigree of a winner. And that's what Toronto needs. But you know what? You missed out, Toronto. You needed O'Reilly, 2019 O'Reilly, not 2023 O'Reilly. But we'll see how this works out. I'm happy for you. Maybe this will be the year where you go all the way and don't get knocked out in the first round. But we'll see. But this isn't a Toronto show. Why the fuck am I concentrating on you know what? I've had like 4 cups of coffee since 3 a.m. And what time is it now? 11 or noon? I don't know what time it is. Anyway, I am still, I'm caffeinated. I'm fired up because it's Montreal and Toronto. And when that happens, I get all excited because, here comes Boyd. Look out. I get very excited. But let's get back on track here. What was the next topic? Hoffman and Drouin. Hoffman and Drouin have been playing really good hockey. If you don't want to take my word for it, just check their stats. And I know a lot of you analytic type people, you like to check the stats. Oh, look at Drouin. Ooh, point. Oh, on a pace. If this was an 82 game, Drouin would have 76 points. That is not how hockey works. We don't base hockey players on a game by game basis. So you can't take, oh, look, Drouin just got 11 points in 10 games. He's on pace for 3,000 points. He's on pace for exactly whatever it is over an 82 game season, not 10 games. So all you fans who like pick and choose your little stats to make a player look great, stop doing that. But, however, when we're working 2 weeks away from the trade deadline and you got Hoffman and Drouin playing the way they are the last 10 games, yes, you can say, ooh, maybe we'll get something good for them. And you know where Drouin should go? And I finally figured this out. I was looking 2:30 this morning. I got up, 3 o'clock, I started typing, and 4 o'clock, I was like, boop, Seattle Kraken. The Seattle Kraken must trade for Jonathan Drouin. You want to know why? Drouin, I like him. Great kid. Awesome moose head. Halifax Mooseheads? Why does that not seem right to me? Brain injury, so forgive me. I cracked my skull this week. I fell. Anyway, Halifax Mooseheads? Is that a thing? I am dead serious. That's how I work, squirrel. This is how my brain goes. Sometimes the most common of words do not sound correct. Halifax Mooseheads. I'm sure that's what it is. Anyway, when Drouin played for the Mooseheads, everyone's like, oh, he's going to be awesome. Nate McKinnon, awesome. But when he went to the NHL, Nate didn't go with him. Not that that matters. But anyway, Drouin is going to get the Montreal Canadiens a first-round pick, and it's going to come from the Seattle Kraken. And you know what's the best part about that is? Seattle's going to make the playoffs, and they're going to get knocked out in the first round. So that first-round pick becomes 17 overall. I'll take that any day. I did the old tankathon spin today, and it was the worst possible outcome of all time. I think Arizona and the Ottawa Senators moved up to 1 and 2, and I just wanted to puke. Disgusting. That's the most disgusting outcome I've ever seen. But we keep on spinning because that's what we do. Up next, Jonathan Drouin to Seattle. They already said that. Knocked out. And why? Is it important that Seattle? No, I already talked about that. Am I done already? Is it that? That's it. I'm done. That's all I had. 7 points. Okay, fine. 7 points. So what's going to happen tonight? Here's what's going to happen tonight. The Montreal Canadiens are going to walk in. No, they're going to saunter into the Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens. Is that what you call it? The Gardens? And they're going to beat the Toronto Maple Leafs 6-5 and do it in regulation time. And that'll piss off the Leaf fans. That'll piss off all the Montreal fans who cry every time they win a game. This is a fan base. Now, this is the fan base who boos the future greats. And it's the same fan base who cries after every win. Oh, we're never going to get Bedard this way. We're going to be bad forever. You can't stop a hockey team from winning. Edmonton came into Montreal the other night and absolutely got spanked. Why? Because hard work beats talent when talent fails to show the fuck up. Puck up. You can't say fuck. Puck. I said puck. That's what happens. Hockey has never changed. Since the time of me, earlier, young, we've always been the underdog going into a game. And you win those games because the other team's like, easy win, easy pickings. We got O'Reilly. We're going to win, no problem. You're going to lose tonight, Toronto. And I'm going to be there, right there watching it. And after it's over, I'm going to come online and I'm going to make my little video. I'm going to dance that little dance. Oh, here comes Bowie. Hello. Who's a good doggy? I'm a good doggy. That's what's going to happen. You can book it. You can book it. You can book it. Ha!